So here it is, my first impressions video. I was given a code to play the reboot on Friday night, and I've been pretty much playing it non-stop ever since. I wanted to grind so I could provide as much information to you all prior to the release, especially if you're still on the fence about purchasing the game. I have about 20 hours played on the game already, and I think I'm starting to finally grasp what this game is all about. At the same time though, I'm still barely through the story, as I've been focusing a lot on the side content, whether that's through criminal ventures, side hustles, or various other things like searching dumpsters, doing hitman missions, and chop shop too. I've actually been finding myself enjoying these little activities quite a lot. Anyways, let's cut to the chase. Is this story as bad as you think it's going to be? Yes. 1,000 times yes. Whichever journalist told you that the game is totally between Saints Row 2 and Saints Row the 3rd lied to you, because that is not the case whatsoever. This game is more like Saints Row 3.5, but like I said earlier, I haven't beat the game yet, but regardless, from what I've seen thus far, I really don't see the story taking some sort of dark turn like people have been speculating. I really don't. That being said, there has been some good moments, so it's not all bad. Disclaimer, I will be discussing minor spoilers now, so if you'd like to skip ahead, go to this time frame in the video. I'll be saving the major spoilers for my actual review, but like I said, there are some moments in the story that actually weren't too bad. For example, the mission where Sergio steals Nina's car and destroys it in front of her is actually a great moment in the sense that you can feel the passion she had for her mother's car. I actually liked Nina's performance here. Here's a sneak peek.
I drove that car all the way here from Guadalajara. My family's so far away, you know? It felt like I was keeping part of them with me. She never let anyone else drive that car.
Who?
My mom. But when chemo made her weak, I drove her around.
Ah, fuck.
I promised her I'd take care of that car. Ella confiaba en mí.
Let's go. We can still catch up to him.
Nah. If Sergio's gonna fuck with my family, I'm gonna fuck with his.
The only thing that threw me off about this scene is that you see the car for like 2 to 3 missions max, so you don't really get a chance to understand what it meant to Nina. I feel this would have been a more powerful scene a bit later in the game's narrative, but I digress. Another mission I actually thoroughly enjoyed was the one where you have to recruit saints. There's an abandoned island in the middle of Santo Ileso. Basically, occupants go out there and live stream a murder fest for people to watch. It's a mix between Professor Genki's super ethical reality climax and Apocalypse Genki. The whole vibe of the mission is great in my opinion. I thought the whole live stream to recruit saints thing would be lame, but it actually made sense in this context. Not to mention the abandoned island in the middle is awesome, with lots to explore. Like I said, it reminds me of a more twisted version of Professor Genki activities. There's a part of the story that I actually despise more than anything else I've seen in the game, and maybe the entire franchise. But I have a long rant planned about that in my actual review, so stay tuned for that. Other than that though, there's a lot of cringe dialogue. And when I say a lot, I am not exaggerating. In fact, I have a whole folder filled of the most cringe-inducing moments, and it's filling up pretty quick. So yeah, if you're thinking this game might have a compelling narrative, think again. Anyways, moving on to what's been keeping me coming back for more. The gameplay. So far, the gameplay of the Saints Row reboot has been phenomenal. At first, the combat and shooting feels clunky as fuck, but with a couple tweaks in the settings and you getting used to the feel, it starts to feel pretty good over time. It's kind of like a learning curve, which I like. You won't be able to jump in on the hardest difficulty and walk right through objectives and missions. In fact, I started the game with difficulty sliders fully maxed out and had to turn that shit down because I kept dying. But I love it. I love a good challenge, and I know down the line I'll play through on the highest difficulty settings. So far, I've placed a Gym Robs, Sandy Kraken, a Chalupa Cabra, and a Shady Oaks medical facility on my map. The standout ventures thus far have been Gym Robs because I love doing the chop shop for him, and to my surprise, insurance fraud for the Shady Oaks Hospital has been a blast. I was really worried when I saw gameplay of Insurance Fraud because of how weird and clunky the ragdolls look. And although it still looks odd, it actually plays really nice in my opinion. It's much different to any Insurance Fraud we've had in any past Saints Row game. Instead of looking for cars to bounce off from, hit to hit like in the older games, this rendition of the activity is more like human keep-ups because of the fact that the cars instantly explode when you have adrenaline activated. You kind of just fill your adrenaline meter, and once there's a big traffic jam, you just bounce from car to car. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed seeing just how high of a combo I can achieve. A strategy I'd recommend is once you have adrenaline filled, find a parking lot with a bunch of cars and just bounce from car to car. All in all, I don't want to give too much of the game away, as I really want to cover everything top to bottom in the review, but I hope this helps you see things a bit clearly now. Is the story bad? Yes, absolutely. It's fucking terrible, and I hate the characters so much, except one. Is the gameplay good? Absolutely. I've been having non-stop fun exploring the map, collecting things, finding unique rewards, and just messing around in the world. I know a lot of people have been asking me if Santo Aleso matches up to the legendary map of Stillwater, but to that question I'd say it's way too early to tell. I will say that I can already tell the map is 1,000 times better than Steelport. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering if the map has a lot of interiors, it does not. Most interiors are only mission specific and become locked after you complete them, just like in SR3 and 4. I know, I'm just as sad as you. There's a whole Vegas themed district and it looks aesthetically beautiful, but there's not a single enterable building, hotel, casino, or even a gas station inside of the district. Sad times, man. Oh well, I'll be doing a live stream Q&A session of the game tomorrow, so be sure to tune in and I'll answer every single question you guys have about the game. Until then, I'll be grinding the reboot as I still got a long ways to go before I officially start the review. I'm sorry it won't be out sooner. I was only given 3 days to play, and I want to make sure I experience it all before giving you a 7 out of 10 IGN rating. Until next time, join my Discord so I can tell you about the reboot. This has been Papa RPG. Stay beautiful, stay sexy, and always remember, drink Pepsi. Bye-bye.